Putin's war of attrition is bringing increasingly monstrous results to Russia. 2024 has been the deadliest year for Russia since the invasion of Ukraine began. According to the BBC and Mediazona, at least 45,287 Russian servicemen have died. These are only those whose deaths have been documented. The real number of dead Russian occupiers is much higher. Many bodies have been blown to pieces. Others are lying on the battlefield. They are not going to be evacuated so as not to pay their families, but to divide the money between their superiors. But the ratio is even more frightening. For every square kilometer captured, 27 Russian soldiers are killed, and these are only confirmed deaths. According to expert estimates, the real number of victims may exceed 260,000. Even according to the most conservative forecasts, Russia loses an average of 10,000 people a month at the front. The Russian army continues to use the tactics of meat waves, poorly trained and minimally equipped assault groups. Soldiers rush at fortified Ukrainian positions head-on, without armor, without cover, without a chance. Tactics worthy of the First World War, or outright despair. Even American military analyst Michael Kaufman notes, the main reason for such losses was the repeated use of infantry assault groups without normal coordination and support, especially in the battles for Ugledar, Rabotino, Toretsk and Avdiivka. The price of the offensives in the fall of 2024 was more than 11,000 dead, and the territory, several hundred square kilometers. The price of capture was monstrous. February the 20th, 2024 was a black day for the Russian army. 65 soldiers of the 36th Motorized Rifle Brigade were lined up to receive medals. At that moment, a Ukrainian HIMARS missile struck the training ground. Everyone died, including Colonel Musayev. It later turned out that this parade of heroism ended in one of the most senseless massacres in the history of the Russian army. But there is not a line in the Defense Ministry reports. Among the dead are a former welder, a medical student, a physical therapy instructor, people who have nothing to do with the military, volunteers, mobilized soldiers, prisoners. They all have one thing in common. They were abandoned to die a few meters away on scorched earth. The fate of regions like Bashkiria is especially tragic. 4,836 confirmed deaths, mostly from rural areas. 38% had no combat experience at all. From obituaries, from photographs of gravestones, from family testimonies, journalists have calculated that 106,745 names are already known. But this is, according to estimates, only 45 to 65% of the actual losses. The real figure may be closer to 250,000. If we compare the pace of the offensives and the level of losses, we can come to a horrifying conclusion. Russia is paying tens of thousands of lives for each settlement, for each flag over the ruins. This war has become a slaughter without a strategic outcome, where the Kremlin's main goal is to imitate progress at any cost, while the country plunges into demographic catastrophe and social chaos.
Three Moscow international airports, Vnukovo, Domodedovo and Zhukovsky, have temporarily suspended the reception and departure of aircraft. This was reported by the head of the press service of Rosaviatsia, Artem Koronyako, on his Telegram channel. Airports are temporarily not accepting or sending flights, the agency's representative wrote. In this case, Russian Defense Ministry's air defense forces repelled an attack by 19 Ukrainian drones flying toward Moscow from different directions, the city's mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported. According to him, emergency services specialists are currently working at the site of the fallen debris. At the same time, according to information from Rosaviatsia, the carpet plan was introduced at a number of capital airports. To ensure the safety of civil aircraft flights, temporary restrictions were introduced at 0:57 Moscow time for the operation of Vnukovo, Domodedovo and Zhukovsky airports. The airports are temporarily not accepting or sending flights, the statement said. A little later temporary restrictions were introduced on the operation of Sheremetyevo airport. The Russian Defense Ministry announced that 105 Ukrainian drones were shot down and intercepted over Russian regions on the night of May 6. During the past night from 21 to 4 o'clock, air defense systems on duty destroyed and intercepted 105 Ukrainian aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles, the department said in a message on its Telegram channel. It is specified that 32 UAVs were destroyed over the territory of the Bryansk region, 22 drones over the Voronezh region, 19 over the Moscow region, and another 10 were shot down over the Penza region. In addition, over the territory of the Kaluga region, air defense systems eliminated 9 Ukrainian armed forces drones, over the Belgorod region, 6 drones, 2 UAVs over the territories of the Lipetsk and Samara regions, and 1 drone over the Vladimir, Kursk and Rostov regions. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported the fall of drone debris on Kashursky Highway. According to him, there was no serious damage or casualties. At the same time, according to Baza and Mash, one of the drones damaged a residential building, the windows of an apartment on the upper floors and a store were broken. RBC writes that in connection with the attacks, flights were temporarily suspended at 13 airports, including Moscow ones. A Nesma Airlines plane from Hurghada landed in St. Petersburg. Passengers said that they spent more than 10 hours in the cabin without water and food, and they could not agree on refueling. On May 5, Russian air defense shot down 123 Ukrainian drones in one day. The air defense also destroyed 4 JDAM guided air bombs and 4 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets.
Шпарят. Ех, нихуя себе. Ех, вот проехал. Да.
Летит. Ебать. Блядь. Охуеть. У меня все дрожит, пиздец.